Oh, welcome to the block ice. Alright, today I figured we would do something that I don't typically do on live streams for the simple fact these are things that I do in the background and then I tell you guys what I think. But somehow you guys think I just make it up. So we're gonna go through what to do, Marco. We're gonna go through how I build or what I think will be my perfect build. Now this build may not work for you, but based on everything that I know, based on everything that I've gone through, this is the way I would want to put it together. And I'm gonna tell you what I think about each stat, each attribute, and show you how or what I look for when I go into practice with the one-on-one stuff. So that way you guys get an idea of what it's like and see that I'm not just, full of crap. This might be long, but you guys are in and out anyway. Oh, good night. Good night in Sharks. Good. That's awesome. I wish I could play the esports tournaments, but I'm just not home Wednesdays, and most of these tournaments are Wednesday and Thursdays. So, all right. So let's go in. Let's get it started, so I can show you what I'm looking for, how I'm looking. And just go through the explanation of it all. Now, off the rip, I'm going to go through the process, but off the rip, I'm going to tell you that there's zero chance that my perfect build is a hybrid. There's zero chance. Just because the hybrid doesn't move like I need it to move. The hybrid doesn't do things that, for me, that I need it to do. But I'm still going to go through the process just so you see it. It might work for other people, but I know for a fact it won't work for me. So let's start here. Let's just go through. All right, so let's first start with the hybrid, because the hybrid is probably the most popular build that everyone uses, and everyone wants to use it. Actually, let's not start there, but let me go through just the way I think this game makes sense or works, etc. Right? So if you go into skaters builds, what you're going to find is skaters builds stick to their description. They don't vie far from their description. No matter how much you try to make a playmaker, a dangler, it just doesn't work the same in terms of what it can do. No matter how many stats you add to the attributes, it just doesn't work. What up, Bacon? So what I take stock in for goalie is the description. So the hybrid goalies have excellent reflexes and the best shot recovery. They're good at stopping breakaways, but have weak rebound control. Don't expect great high or low save abilities because of their well-rounded approach. All right, so that might be cool for computers because the computers themselves have well-rounded approach in terms of how they play the game. Human skaters are spammers. Whatever works, they spam the shit out of it until they can't spam it anymore. So by that description alone, I'm like, I don't think I want someone that's just good at reflexes and recovery. I don't really need that. Breakaways, okay, if I'm playing for breakaways, I'm playing to lose. Like, I better be on a really good team if all I'm doing is playing for breakaways. All right, so now go to butterfly. Butterfly goalies are excellent at stopping low shots. When in a butterfly stance, they're really good on positioning and rebound control to stop the puck, but are weak against high shots. Don't expect to have good speed or agility. That sounds more like a description for a build that I want to use. But here's the problem, right? The problem is the butterfly for me just doesn't follow the puck well enough. It's the only problem I really have with butterfly in general. Right? So just off the rip, I'm like, butterfly, that's my problem, but I can still use it because I know how to cheat through screens. I know how to set up my guy. right? And most of the shots that happen in the game, I'd say, what, 40% of the shots are low shots and they happen in low areas. So the ability to stop low shots is highly important. Plus, it gives you way more desperation animations than any other build because those saves are usually on low shots. You don't get desperation animations on high shots. So you get way more desperation animation out of butterfly goalies. All right, stand-up goalies are excellent at stopping high shots. That right there says that's what skaters do. Skaters shoot high. They don't always get to shoot high because the game and close quarters dictate where the puck go at times. So they don't always get to shoot where they're aiming because close quarters is like, this is the best place for the puck to go for you to score when you're this close. You never notice these descriptions? There you go. See, you notice them now. But while in a good standing position, and they're good at tracking the puck through screens. That's those two things, high shots through screens, are what this game has been made up with forever. I mean, forever. All right. But are weak against low shots. Okay, so closer to the net, you got to work a little harder. Don't expect them to have good rebound control and quick recovery. Here's the problem with rebound control in this game. Rebound control in this game is designed for computers. Rebound control isn't designed to put it away from where people are actually standing. It's designed to put it in places that the computer would normally not be set up in. But humans purposely go through rebounds, put it certain places, and have their guys skating to those places. So if you get predictable rebound control, you get predictable. You can predict how you're going to get scored on. So that's kind of the problem. But we're going to start with the hybrid. All right. So just off the rip, I will go with anything between 6'3" and 6'5". Now, you haven't seen me use 6'3", and it's simply because I'm so programmed to move with 6'5" that it's hard to just go to 6'3". I've been using 6'3" in the backgrounds. You haven't seen me use it yet, but I want to use it really bad. But I am so programmed at 6'5" and 6'4" that it's hard. That little movement that you don't move sometimes can hurt you, right? So we're going to just start out here. We're going to start out at 6'5", right? And it's going to get faster, but the first build is always going to be the one that we go through the most. Now, we always keep it at 200 just to start because that's the way the game likes to start. Also, when you look at the build as is, you see where these numbers are? This is where the game is like, you should keep these numbers. You should keep these numbers as close to these as you can, and you can go out there and you can play. It doesn't even matter if you take this build on the ice, as long as you're comfortable with the movement, you can go out there and play. Because the build is dictated, this is where you like to be. This is where we think you can operate without even changing anything. This is where you can operate, right? But that's not where we're going to keep it. So when you increase your height, if you are just going in for the first time, actually, you should just try to even them out as much as you can. Just try to even them out as much as you can to get back to the original where you were. Because, poke check, you'll take one off and you'll put it back in here so that way they go back to exactly where they were originally. Stuff like that. Stuff like that is what you should do when you start out, just to see. Because the most important thing for builds is knowing how you play. Right? So knowing how you play is the most important things for builds. I know I like to stand up a lot. I only drop in butterfly when the puck's behind the net. I try to get out of butterfly as quickly as possible. I suck at breakaways this year for some reason, whatever the reason might be. I'm really bad at breakaways. Sometimes, well, if I don't have the right build on, when I set up too many or I have to move too much, then it takes me forever to get set up in order to read the right shot, and I'm following the wrong guy too long. All right. So when I'm building these builds, these are the four zone abilities I want on any guy. Yeah, I can only get 3, but these are the 4 that I want. I want contortionist, I want X-ray. Wait, like I can't think of the next one I want. Oh, I want dialed in, contortionist, X-ray, dialed in, or the all or nothing. Those are what I want because all these other ones, I've proven that I can play without them. Right? All these other ones, I've proven that I can play without them. I don't need them to stop. Like, I know, like, for instance, post to post is good, but it's only specifically designated for certain times and certain areas. So when you're close to the post and you move left to right, this activates. It's fantastic. But it's like, okay, that might happen 3-4 times a game. I don't know if I care that much. Butterfly, I don't like it because the puck just bounces around and it moves around and it creates dumb things when the puck is between your legs. It does weird things. I can put it on, but I have to be aware of that, and it bothers me. I don't like it. So for this build, I'm not going to put any of these on. I could put on all or nothing, but that's too much of a specific thing for me to use as my gold. So for my perfect build, if I'm building a hybrid build, would be contortionist first. All right, so we're gonna go contortionist first, and what I like to do then is go get all of the things that I want. So I can't get X-ray without having 5-hole at 86. Okay, so now I know I have to get my 5-hole to 86. So these glove high, glove low at 89, 88, 87, it don't matter. Once you get past 86, it's all the same thing. Once you get 86 and above, it's all the same thing. You have to get to 90, and then 91 takes you over. You have to get to 90 for it to be significant. You have to get to 90 for it to mean anything. So being at 89 is the same as being as 86. So it doesn't bother me if I have to drop these down. So I like to drop both of them down at 88. I like to keep them together. It just works, or feels like it should work. All right, so we're at 85. So if we're at 85, I'm at 88. I can drop this down, but I only need one. So that means, all right, I can keep that there. What I can do now is I can then drop this down to 6-4. So if I drop it down to 6-4, I lose one ability on vision, and it might be important. It might not be. We'll see when we get there. But right now, we're rocking with 6-4 because that gets me to where I am. I'll even this out later, but that gets me to where I want to be. And I log up X-ray. All right, so we're good there. So now I have to decide for my next one, do I want dialed in or do I want all or nothing? Let me tell you this. All or nothing for me, and I suck at breakaways. All or nothing for me is hugely important. I've played maybe 2 weeks with all or nothing on a hybrid, and I've broken up 3-on-0s, 2-on-1s. I haven't given up any breakaways because when you use this, you literally poke everything from anywhere. There is no such thing as an early poke or a late poke. It just gets the puck. So that's why it's on my list of must-have, because I suck at breakaways. So you may not want to do this, but I'm telling you, it's effective. It's one of the most effective things in this game. And I go for effectiveness out of these traits. I don't go for what the trait's supposed to do. I go for how effective it is when I'm playing, right? So I want dialed in because the hybrid sucks at rebounds. I don't care what the numbers say for the hybrid. The rebounds are always in front of the net and right in front of where the guy can get it back and put it right in the net. It sucks. It's awful. It's really bad. Doesn't matter where you put the rebounds at. It's always in bad areas. All right. So we got our traits on. So this would be perfect for me. Like I said, I wouldn't want to put anything else here. I don't care to. If I'm making my perfect build, I don't care to put anything else here. Right? Now the only problem here is I know that if I'm putting on contortionist here, I probably want to be at 208 or 209 or something like that, right? So that's where I usually want to be, around 208 or 209. So that's still okay. All right. So the passing, no one cares about. So you can get these to 90. You can get those to 90, which puts you at the tier that gets you to the next level. So that's good. This is the one where there's the most debate about. But I do know this. Speed does not mean your movement in net. Flying poke check or regular poke? Flying poke check. Not regular poke doesn't do any good. Speed does not make you move faster in the net. It does not make you go from side to side. It does not make your transition better. The one thing I found that speed correlates with the most is how many times you get 5-hold. I do not know why. I've used it so many times, and there's a game where I didn't even tell anyone that I was using it, and I used butterfly, and I took the speed down every game. Every game I took it down a little bit, and it was the most 5-hole goals I had given up in any given night ever. Now, I went into the game knowing it was bad for 5-hole, or I thought it was bad for 5-hole, but you have to execute those games just to make sure. And I'd given up a 5-hole goal every game, and that hadn't happened ever. Like, I can't remember giving up a 5-hole goal every game ever. So once I decided that, I was like, okay, so the number that actually matters here is 86. For me, it's 86. Why? Because I haven't found that being 82, 83, whatever, I haven't found any of these to be helpful. And I seem to activate more desperation saves when it's at 86. Now, agility is the one thing that I tell you, I don't care for. I don't like, I don't want at all. It hasn't proven one way or the other to be effective for me. You know what's more effective for me when it comes to agility? The weight. The weight seems to dictate how quickly my guy starts on a little push. The weight seems to decide that. Like, you guys, if you saw the games, you saw me play a game that I lost because I had no clue what my guy was or how he was moving. It was the same build, but the weight was like 216 versus 212 or something like that, or 218 versus 212. And I just was out of sorts. And all it was the weight. Like, so that I had 4 games, and that was the only game I lost. Because after that game, I put on my regular weight, and that was the only game that I lost that night. And it was all because of a little dumbass movement that you get when you push the stick slightly just to move a little bit to follow the puck, and you don't want to exaggerate it. That little movement never initiated with the heavier weight, but it initiated with the lower weight. So for me, agility never did anything. Now, here's the problem. I can't take agility below 85. What is it? Wait, hold on. Can I? Cancel. I want to get out of this. There you go. I thought dialed in I needed the agility for. Or is it only 80? No, dialed in I needed 86 speed. Okay, so that's fine. So then I could take the agility off. Wait, do I need it for x-ray? I don't need it for x-ray, do I? No, okay. Fantastic then. This is fantastic. So dialed in, I don't need the agility. So I'm going to take that shit off. So as low as I can. That's perfectly fine with me. Now, here's the thing. You can put all of this into speed, all the leftover into speed, right? And that's fine. Like 91 speed, fine. Absolutely. Go ahead. Do it up. But for me, I don't care. It doesn't really affect any. I don't find that between 86 to 99 doesn't change much of anything in the game. Again, these are my opinions. You may feel something else, fine. But 86 to me is fine. So I'd rather just put them all and have a huge poke check. I'd rather just put them all and have the poke check, because that's effective for me in breakaways. Different story, right? So we're good there. All right. So here's where it gets a bit confusing because whatever the vision is, I want it to be maxed. Now I can only get it to 93, right? So there's a decision to be made here, right? If I get it to 93, that means if I add a boost, I can get it to 95. But that's where the game kind of screws you. So let's take off breakaways. Let's just take off these things just to even it out so we can go in here. So the game screws you because in order to get certain things here, I have to be able to get, like, glove high has to be this high, right? I'm currently at 90, so that's good. And stick high has to be, that's fine, right? And it's more critical for other builds. And this is why people like to use the hybrid. People like to use the hybrid because you can get all these things. I just don't like the way the build plays in general. You know what I mean? Like, it can be great for certain people, but not for me. I move too much when the puck is in close. I try to do too many things, and the build isn't built for that, like that I want it to be. So we're gonna go back here. We got it to 93. All right. So here's what I can do. I can get it to 93, and then add vision, and I'm at 95, and I want to be at 95 or 96 to tell you the truth. Every build, I want to be at 95 to 96, right? Or higher. Well, it doesn't matter if you go higher, but if you go to 99, like on the stand-up, that's fantastic. So I can either do that, which is fine, right? And then I can add in whatever else I want really here. So you can make them faster. You can make them faster and put more in speed, etc. That means you can get this speed. If you want to do it that way, it means you can get this speed to 94, which is cool. Okay, so let's go about it this way. Let's put it 94. Let's get it to 95. We got the speed there. So which means, just for the heck of it, we're going to make this. So that way we maximize the speed, we maximize the vision. That way we got them at 95. It's nice. Or you can do that, or you can put the two glove low and stick low and make them both 90. So it depends on what you want to do. You can make them both 90 with the glove low and the stick low, and make them 90. And that's fantastic, right? This is a good build. It's a really good build. Or for just for the sake of the builds, right? I could take that off. I can add concealed 5-hole, and I can put this back to 65. 6.5. Right? So now we have a build, because this is more of what I would do, because I don't care for the speed to be at 95. Because you have the 5-hole, you get the 5-hole to get the vision, and then you get 96 vision. And that extra one matters. To get the build to 96, it matters, because now that counts towards everything in between going to 99, right? So this would be the way I would build my build right now, right here. And I would take it off. I would put it at 91 here, rather than putting it at 93, because again, it doesn't really matter at 93. But with that off, I can get this to 86, and I can get it to 91. And this is the one that I care about when it comes to breakaways or whatever. So this is the way I would do this. Now, rebounds do not matter for the hybrid, and I'm going to leave this on just because it'll be at 86. I'm going to leave it on 86 just so you get to see it. And I keep all these. Recovery hasn't shown to matter that much lately, to tell you the truth. So I don't even care. As long as it's over 86, I don't even care. So we're going to keep keep it at 86. We can push it to 87 if you want. It doesn't matter. So ideally, just right now, as we stand, this is my perfect build, in theory, for a hybrid, right? But we're going to save it and we're going to go use it. Right. And I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. That'll tell you what's the same when you're jumping into this as practice against the computer. I'm going to show you what you look for. When I go in here, this is what I look for. When I square it up, does the computer try to shoot 5-hole on me? Because if the computer tries to shoot 5-hole on me, he knows my 5-hole is desperately easy to score on. Even though I boosted up 5-hole there, does the computer try to score 5-hole on me? If the computer tries to score 5-hole on me, that tells me the game at times is going to put the puck through my 5-hole, because that's what the game does when you square up a puck. 2, I want to see if the movement fits the way I move, because hybrid doesn't always move the same, and I'd rather be at 208 with contortionist on, but it's just better to use it this way, because you get all these things that are just better. 2 is probably, I guess 3, the most important thing for me though. When you're using your goalie here, if the puck can hit him and he just lets it be and drops down and covers it, then I consider that a good animation. If he tries to move his arms everywhere to save everything, it's not a good animation. I only want those try to save it animations to come in when the puck is really close to the post, when it's really high shot that you got to put your hand up, and for desperations. Because if they try to save every shot with that little blocker thing they do, all they do is put the puck in the net. It never bounces over the net. It always bounces into the net. So it's like, I only want, when the puck can hit them, I want them to just let it hit them and cover it. When it's going high, stick your hand up there, and stick your leg out there. That's what I look for when I play against the computer. And can I go left to right? Does it cover left to right if I follow it perfectly? And does it still do it if I follow it slow? Because then it'll give me a desperation animation, but still save it. So that's what I look for when I go in there with a hybrid build, right? So let's go in and let's play against the computer. Well, no, you're not, right? You're not doing it. You're not, because you might need to have multiple builds, right? But all the other stuff, I know I can save on my own. Like, certain people aren't good at following the puck for one-timers. So that person's dialed in. They can take dialed in off and put glove or whatever it is on, or one-timer, whatever it is on. If you are really bad at setting up for tips, you might have to put on tip jar. So you can have all of those bit, like this will, if I sucked at tips, this would be my main go-to build without someone with tips, without big tipper or anything on. This would be my go-to build. But if as soon as someone shows up with it, then I would have this same build, but with a variation that has tip jar on it. So the idea isn't to give up. It's always making one slight adjustment to help you with what you suck at. But it has to be slight. Don't want to change your goddamn build the entire way and then through just so you can get the attribute. You have to know how you play or what you're good at. I know I can stop 1Ts all day, every day. I know I can stop tips depending on how far I'm willing to go out for it. So it's like those things I don't necessarily need. All right, so we're going to see. It covered that really nice. Kicks it out really nice. Covers it really nice. So those three things it did really, really nice. All right, so we're trying to see, does he hit me 5-hole there? Nope, he kicks it out because it was going low. It still kicks it out because it was going low. And drops in 5-hole exclusively fast. No 5-hole there. I'm going to try to get 5-hole here. Nope, no 5-hole there either. Covers it. high shot, put the blocker up to the side. I have to try to, that was messed up. But I have to try to get him to go backhand, because backhand's usually trash. No 5-hole there. He's not covering the puck, though, so that's scary. Yeah, those will go in. But he's not letting it in 5-hole. I like when they automatic cover. And those bounces right there in front of the net are not fun. You have to watch where the puck bounce. Got 5-hole there. But it was on the backhand. Backhand is special in this game. That was not a 5-hole. Okay. Now I got to let him shoot so it bounces in front. All right. It bounced back, not in front. So that was good. Okay. That was perfect because I moved late on that and he still saved it. Saved it good. All right. So I'm going to try to... all right. So I just got 5-hole twice from the same corner. Without even moving. I wasn't moving. I just stood the guy up and he got 5-hole twice. Same corner. And the computer knows when you're terrible at certain things, when the build is just terrible at certain things. So we can't have that happen again. There you go. It takes him way too long to cover it by himself, though. Okay, good save. It takes him way too long to cover it by himself. I need to set up another, 5-hole opportunity. That was fantastic because I was going in the wrong direction. But that's what Pretzel does. Pretzel helps me out there. I don't hate this so far. I need to see a backhand shot. Same fucking thing. All right, so we got 3 times. We got the exact same. We got the exact same terrible 5-hole animation from the same side. That may not seem like anything right now, but in the game, it tells me that at certain points, it's going to be bad. It means that when they come in close and they shoot, even if I'm in butterfly, it's going to do that bounce around thing and still trying to find a way through my 5-hole. Good night, buddy. I love you.
Love you too.
Good night, buddy. Love you. All right. So, all right. We know exactly where we can get 5-hole. I need to... that wasn't good. He didn't... You okay? You sure you're okay? What did you hurt? You sure you're okay? All right. Come on. Good night, buddy.
Good night.
Kid just busted his ass. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention. All right, let's go back in. So we gotta make sure backhand is okay. But the 5-hole, what it would be? Damn it! Yeah, I was hoping that wouldn't work. All right. If he shoots anywhere, yeah, see right there. If he shoots low, it's gonna be 5-hole is gonna be a problem. He's saving all the high stuff, but every time the guy shoots low, it's a problem. So, okay. So what we have to do now is we have to force him backhand. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. We have to force him backhand just so we see how he keeps up with it. Yeah, not good. Backhand in this game acts like backhand acts like you can't see the puck. It's almost like a screen. So a lot of soft backhand shots will go in because backhand acts like it's a screen, right? So it's like I'm forcing him backhand. I'm trying to make him go backhand to see if I'll save it, but he's not. He's coming down from that side. Are we going to try to? No, okay, coming from this corner, I could try to force him backhand to see if I recover. He forehanded it. Coming across, let's see. He covers cut across. He covers it well enough. See those rebounds right there? Those rebounds that drop right in front of the net? Those guys pick those up all the time. And those are the little things that make me not use hybrid as my build. It sucks because hybrid's a good build, but it's like certain aspect of the game, it's going to cost you. Man, could you go backhand? Can you please go backhand? Jesus. This guy does not want to go backhand. I need to be able to see if he covers backhand. All right, that wasn't a good backhand, but at least he covered it and wasn't 5-hole. He covers. He follows the puck really well. See where those rebounds go? Like, those rebounds are bad. Oh, yeah. Every little movement you make, like, those rebounds are bad rebounds. You can't have the rebounds go in front of the net. Okay, so that's the first time I got the backhand animation for that. See what I mean? It's just little things. You have to be so perfect. Now, granted, I need to be my perfect weight in order to be in the movement I want. You see how when I soft push, I can't get him to straighten up. But when I soft push, he goes almost half a push over. I want a quarter. Like, this is too much for me. I want a little one. And I can't control that all the time. And I know 208 with contortionist helps me. So I'd have to be in tuned with this guy in order to keep going and be right with it. Like, so those little things are what I mean. And what you also need to realize is he's still getting 5-hold, but you got to remember, I have dialed in on. And when you're using dialed in, even in the secondary degree, it still helps you a lot once you get past 15 shots. I was past 15 shots and I was still getting 5-hold or backhand. So that's why, like, little things like that, when I'm playing and I'm setting up, is why I can't use the hybrid. Now, I can use the hybrid for 4 games and be perfect. And then the next 3, it's really disgustingly confusing as to what's going on. So if I were to set up a hybrid build, this is what I would set up. Now, let's go to Butterfly. Butterfly, I think it's the build that should be used, but you need help. You need help because the screens and the shots are a pain in the... You know what? I'm not even going to do Butterfly. I'm not going to do Butterfly because I can't simulate the negatives of Butterfly. I'm going to do Butterfly, but I'm going to do it very quickly. I'm going to do it very quickly because I know exactly how I would set it up. And I'm going to do it very quickly because I don't have to change anything here. So I would automatically get my stuff already. So I would automatically get X-ray. I would change this. Just put it up just for the heck of it. Doesn't really do anything, but I like putting it up just for the heck of it with the same numbers. The thing is here, though, in order to get whatchamacallit, contortionist, I need agility. That's the only sucky part here. I need agility, and agility costs the most. Right? Agility costs the most. So we're going to get it at 85, which means I can only put this at 84. Okay, fair enough. So then we'll add in agility, and then we'll be good. We're all set up. Now, from putting these builds together, I'm telling you that somehow I have to be able to get this. And that's the problem. I have to be able to get this, the Seeing Eyes. Because when I go and I max out X-ray, that's as far as I can go. I can go to 91 because going to 92 doesn't matter to me. Right? So now I have to come down and take these down. Right? So that's the max I can go here. I don't care about either one of these stats because I think rebound is just a product of the build. So it doesn't matter. But I can't get this because I can only choose one of these. Now I could put one up and one down and it doesn't really affect anything. But then I'm like, okay, but it doesn't All it does is then get me 91 to 93, and it doesn't help me. So it doesn't really matter. So at this point, you're like, all right, what do I care about putting it into? I can. Then my only choice then is speed, because it gets me back to 86, which is where I like to be. Right? So this would be my build for the butterfly. But this is where it comes into being bad, because there are so many screens, so many times, a silver x-ray doesn't really help you. Now, what I want you to see is, I'll tell you the next build, but I'm just going to show you this build. I'm going to show you the difference, the utter difference between all of them. What up, Rabbit? How you doing, bud? Hold on. There we go. All right. So what you're going to see is you're going to see me cover short side. The puck's going to go way away from me. You're going to see, even when he comes close to me, that he loses the puck. You see where the rebound went? You see he has to go chase the rebound? Even when he comes close to me, that's where the rebound goes. Now, here's the thing. That's how the butterfly saves anything low close to. This is how he saves every backhand low across. Why? Because you're at 86 speed, and the low stuff is very good. So you're going to see a lot more of the breakaway stuff. Now, here's where the game gets interesting, right? You're going to see this build get 5-hold a lot. You're going to see him get 5-hold a lot. Don't ask me why, right? But the way that I change it is by changing the height of the weight for this build. But I'm just going to let you watch him go through where he puts it, what he uses to save it, where the rebounds go. The rebounds I didn't touch, but you see, there's nothing around the net. This fool got to chase the puck every single time. This fool has to chase the puck every single time. And I haven't put anything into rebounds. I haven't put anything special into rebounds. And it's just a build thing. So trying to make rebounds anything more than it is just one of those things. Like, all right. See, at this point, I can't use this build anymore. All right. So at this point, I can't use the butterfly in this game because he's now faced more than 15 shots. So I'm going to save things that I'm not supposed to save, right? So I actually have to back out and go back in because he's at 15 shots and he's going to save stuff that's not a good representation of what he does normally. So I have to get out and go back in. Yeah, the Rangers are stacked. It's just that Igor hasn't been that good this year. All right, see these saves? You see where these rebounds are going? This is where you want the rebounds to go. Unpredictable places, right? Unpredictable places. This is where you want the rebounds to go. Now, if I back up and I just follow the puck, you see how he lets it? You see how? Let me show you. You see, I backed up, and usually backing up is bad, but because this build is actually pretty good, he's going to let it hit his shoulder. He's not going to lift his stupid ass blocker up and let it go between his blocker. That is you know how many times I've seen my builds lift their blocker up and it goes between their blocker every single time? So he's going to let it hit his shoulder. And when it hits his shoulder, that rebound goes all the way back there. As soon as the rebound comes in front, he covers it. Those are the little things that matters the most when you are playing. You're not going to let that short shot go in, covers it right away. Those are the things that's more important to me than having high numbers on the hybrid. Backhand, no. Like, it's just a huge predictability when it comes to certain things. It's just huge. Rebound, you go chase it 10 miles. That's what's important. I mean, so it's like the desperation save, if I'm late on a backhand, covers it right away. So you see what you're seeing here? What you're seeing here is more my build, the more I would like the build to be, because it's doing things that's counterintuitive to what skaters like to set up. The hybrid feeds into what the skaters likes to do. So that's why no matter how good the hybrid is, or no matter how good somebody else might be able to use it, I can't use it and I won't use it. But the bad thing about this build that I cannot show you in practice is there's a lot more screens. There is a lot more screens, and I can't play out here. I like playing out here, but I can't play out here. Every single time I play outside the crease, I get 5-hole to death. This build has to stay in the blue. He can't go out. He cannot go out. So that means that makes screens and tips very hard to stop with this build, because I have to stay in the blue. If I go out here, I get 5-hole or weird things happen. So I can't live out there. And I like to live out there when I'm trying to stop guys coming in for shots. When I'm trying to stop, you just can't live out there. You got to play back here. You can't live out there, because if you try to play back there, out there, you're going to get killed every single time. So that's the negative of this build for me. But you see me using it a lot when I know what the team in front of me does. So certain teams I play on, those guys don't allow one-timers, right? They're good in the high slot. They don't allow, they go down to block shots. So tips are very rare. When I play with those types of teams, I like to use a butterfly, because I know everything else that I'm taking close to the net, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to absolutely destroy it, right? Yeah, so it's yeah, the bacon doesn't steal stuff. He gives credit where credit's due. But so that's the aspect of the game. So you'll catch me using butterfly with teams that I know let up a shit ton of close shots, even cross creases, because for cross creases I can live back here. I can live back here, and he's gonna do that. He's gonna do that all day. I can live back here. But for some reason, he's going to suck at 5-hole when you try to go out. I don't know why, but I can live back here. He saves everything. He directions us away from the net. I can live back here, right? And let me show you something. Let me show you the difference. The difference that 5-hole does, or depending on a weight. And it's not a weight thing. It's not actually a weight thing, to be honest. It's a me thing, right? So on 200, I got to be able to get that back. On 208 rather. Sorry, in 208, right? It moves better for me. It sets up better for me. So on 200, I square pucks up way more. Absolutely way more. I square pucks up. So then it allows the skater to not even be aiming, but just hit up. And because I'm square, the puck goes in the net. Now at 208, it's my movement is a little delayed, because I like to play that way. You see how much slower that is? How much slower that movement is? Like every movement is meticulous. It's not out the way. It allows me to, for when I make a guess wrong or a mistake, it allows me then to correct it. So you see how much slower that movement is? That's better for me, because those are little movements that I want. I want those little movements for myself. So instead of squaring that up, he caught that in the air to catch that rebound. So instead of squaring it up, I'm going to hit stuff with my pad versus squaring up the shot. But you see the rebound went in the opposite direction? Like, now I know that it's little movements. So from here to here to here, little movements. I'm going in the wrong direction, but he still kicks it behind the net. So it's like little movements prevent me from getting 5-hold. Why? Because I'm not squaring up the puck perfectly. It's when you square up the puck perfectly is when you get 5-hold. And he's still saving it, but the movements are slower and decisive. Now, I can still go hard to the backhand. I can still go hard to the forehand. I can still do all that, but all my movements are smaller for little pushes. So it allows me not to get out the way too much for when players move or hold the puck. It allows me not to get out the way and allows me to be corrective. It's like, all right, if I push up, I push up. I got the puck right there. He wants to cover it. That's on him. Sometimes that happens so quickly you don't even know it. But it's like, yeah, the little movements are better for me because I like it. So when I push it, I know I'm just going that little bit. I know I'm just going that little bit of movement. That's why it's better for me. But it may not be better for you. You know what I mean? But those movements are better for me. Like absolutely, like right here, I want to not over pursue to the backhand side. But it allows me to do this. This is how I play. Let me show you how I play. So when the puck is here and it's coming here, I move forward. I don't move side to side. I move forward, right? So because I move forward, it allows me to get that extra perfectly controlled step that I want to do rather than being here and then moving here and I've given up short side, right? So whenever I get off the post, I move forward. So every movement from him from now on is perfectly timed. It's perfectly square. I move forward. Everything is perfectly square. So it's more methodical for me to not have a guy that, fidgets all the time. It's also the reason why I suck at breakaways. Because I don't have the ability to move quickly in areas. All my movements are more for 5-on-5 puck movements or power play, whatever. All the movements are smaller, concise, blah, blah, blah. So, but the reason you won't catch me using butterfly all the time or call it my perfect build is because on 5-on-5 or screens, it's not good. It's not good. No matter how much X-ray you put on. Think of it this way, right? X-ray prevents, let's say screens take away 5 points from you. Let's say a screen takes away 5 points from your vision, right? So if a screen takes away 5 points from your vision, you're at 86, okay? So then the X-ray at silver might add back 3 or 4, right? X-ray on silver, it will never add back the full value that is taken off, right? If it's on gold, it'll add back the full value of your vision that's subtracted. So now, if I'm screened, I'm officially at 87, 88, rather than being at 90 or 91. Without the screens, that is my vision. But the X-ray never adds, at silver, never adds back the amount that it takes away, which sucks. So it's like I consider contortionist and X-ray the most important aspects of this game. Contortionist for human aspect of the game and X-ray for the computer aspect of the game. So this is what I would do with a butterfly build. I probably would be forced to play at a lower weight just to make it better, but it wouldn't be ideal for me. All right, cancel. All right, so that leads me to what I would consider my perfect build, the stand-up. Because the stand-up, based on the description, stops high shots, good at tracking the puck, is everything that this game is. So that is where I would say, right off the bat, stand-up is my perfect build. So what I would do now is I would build the stand-up and build the movement. I would spend a bunch of times building the stand-up and building the movement. Now, here's where they play you, right? So each build has an attribute that they're like, screw you, we can't give that build this also, right? So for hybrid, they're like, screw you, we can't give you X-ray. also. Right? We can't give it to you as gold. We won't do it. We're not gonna give it to you as gold. For butterfly, they're like, well, screw you. We're also not giving you X-ray. Why? Because X-ray is kind of fucking important. If they're willing to give a butterfly and a hybrid post to post, the dialed in, the 1T, and the butterfly, but they're not willing to give any of that to a stand up, I mean, to give the X-ray to them, that tells me that's kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? And it's weird that they put X-ray as the number one trait for stand-up, because you can then still get your screen at 99 and it not be affected, right? It's not gonna screens aren't gonna affect you as much when you get your vision to 99. But for me, I'm keeping this home bitch X-ray on, because I don't want you to touch my 99 vision. I want my vision to stay the same. There's no way to do that, because the 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 taller builds don't. There's no actual way to show on tips where the shot is going to go, depending on the people in front of you. Tips are a combination of two things. A, they change the direction of the shot, but they usually put it short side. Tips 90% of the times go short side. So it's more of, hey, how many bodies can you see this, and are you set up short side? So it's one of those things that's very hard to test. I thought about it. I even tried to use a butterfly with the lowest stance to maybe see if he could see under. But there's no way to quantify that, you know? Hold on one second. I gotta send this. Okay. So for stand up, right? For stand up, X ray, I don't need X ray per se. So I go to vision and I'm cranking it up. All right. So I get to 90. We want to keep that. What we want to do is take this all the way down. All right. So I get it all the way to 97, which means I can get it to 99, which means I am covered in vision. So if a screen takes away 5 points, I'm still at 95. But my bad. The door was open. I don't even pay attention to that. So for stand up, 99, I love vision with a passion. Just love vision, right? And if, let's say, we're guessing, there's no numbers to say screens take away 5, but I would guess it's around 5 that screens take away, or I think I'm supposed to have one game at like 10 something, maybe close to now. I don't know. I'm supposed to have a game, but this is that other league, and I don't really know. Until they invite me, did they invite me? No. Until they invite me, I'm not sure. But I think I was supposed to play the second game tonight, but I am not sure because I played 2 games previously in the week that I wasn't supposed to play. So I don't know. I'm supposed to, but we're going to do this right quickly. But we'll still play some games with it just so you can see the build in action, regardless to whether I'm playing or not. So at 99, let's say screens take away 5, so we're still at 95, which is still good. But no, I want all my stuff back. So I don't want to go with X-ray because I don't need, let's say, 6 back. I don't need all my points back from the screen. I only need some of it, so it can go in silver. So we want to use dialed in, because dialed in helps me cover the puck. It helps me cover the puck with the stand-up build. I don't know why, but it does. For me, it always has, right? So in order, this is the problem though. In order to get the whatchamacallit, in order to get X-ray, in order to get X-ray secondary, in order to get X-ray on silver, I gotta have a 5-hole of 86. All right. So I gotta have a 5-hole of 86, which is difficult on this build. But like I said, I don't value anything between 86 and 89. I don't. They're all the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go crank this up as much as we can so we can get to 83. So because we can get to 83, I'm going to steal one more by putting it to 6-4. By 80, 81 or whatever. I'm going to steal. What the hell just happened? Did that reset? I didn't save it? Okay. So there we go. We can get to, now we're at 84. So 84 puts me in a spot where all I need to do now is then add this. I need to add 5-hole, but I first have to make sure I can get this to 86. So I'm going to have to. Ooh, this is tough. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Oh. Or no, I have to get it to 84. I only have to get it to 84. If I go to 96, yeah, I can't maintain my 90. I can't maintain. In order to do that, I can't maintain my 99. In order to do that, I can't maintain my 99. This is the most I can go. Yeah, that's the best I can do there. So the best I can do there is get it to 96. So if we're looking at 5 taken off, it'd still be at 91. And then we have the silver X-ray, but the normal built-in for stand-up anyway is to have good vision, so it's not that terrible. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have to roll with that. We're gonna have to roll with that. Again, I'm just putting these builds together now. It's not a matter of me knowing what it is. I already have a stand-up build that I like, but based on everything else that we've gone through the last month, this is how we're gonna build these builds to see if it works out really good for me. I think it should, but I think we wanna bring this to 85. Yeah, so we want this to be around 205, 20. Let's go 208. Let's go 208. I only need 84. Okay. So we only need 84. So because I've now moved my rebound up, I could take it down. I could take it down there. We're at 60. Doesn't help me anyway. So let's keep it there. We get to get to 86. Okay. That'll be okay. So I'm trying to figure out how I get this. I got to get the speed to 86. Okay. So if I keep the speed 84, huh? All right. So I want to keep the division at 96. So I could take that off. We can go here. We can put out at 84. No, let's keep it 85. We're going to take this. I'm going to drop it down. Yeah. All right. So I'm of theory that recovery doesn't really do that much. I've yet to be proven wrong with it. I used to think it did. I thought it initiated like desperation saves, but it didn't. So we're gonna keep that there. Huh. So if we're at 86 there, 86 there, that means I could probably drop this down to 83. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, so yeah. And I need the 5 hole because I got to get rebound control to 84. Okay, so that's good. And now we can get it. We can get our perks. All right, so that took some getting used to. That took some work. All right, but let me take you through where I think people will have the biggest questions. People have the biggest questions at 86. I've played with butterfly builds that had 86 and 87 stick high and glove high, and it never affected me with clear shots as long as I could see them. Now, it might get to be a problem where it's closer to the net and it's a problem. Not entirely sure. Um, but for the things that I'm gaining, I'm okay losing that. Um, yeah, I think the game's at 10:35 because it's usually after LG. Okay, so I never have seen these really bother me, to tell you the truth. In terms of these numbers, if you can't get it to 90, it's not worth it anyway. Um, Here we just leave. No, we don't leave this here. What I tend to do is I tend to make glove high 95 and put this at 91. I make glove high 95 because 91 doesn't bother me. It still gets me over the threshold that I want to get to, but 95 gets me to the threshold that I want to. And I slow play glove side, right? So I normally slow play glove side. So for me, it's important to have whatever side I slow play, which means I wait for them to get a little bit past me and then I move. So because I slow play glove side, I put it to 95. You can put stick high to 95 if you want to. That's your preference depending on how you play. And getting speed to 86 is important. I need the agility. Only reason it's there, I need it for the contortionist. And keeping this at 96, very important to me, especially with the X-ray. So this, as it stands, I have my 208 number that I like in terms of movement. I have my 208 number that I like in terms of movement. So I can already tell you that the movement is going to be like how I like it, right? And 6'4", 6'5" doesn't bother me except for the fact that you get 1 point in vision. So 6'4" doesn't really bother me. It's never seemed to change anything in terms of any saves or anything from 6'4" to 6'5" or 6'5" to 6'4", and I get to keep dialed in. So if I'm ever in a game where I am more than 15 shots but playing well, I become a hero with dialed in. So this, I can tell you right now, from using these builds, from feeling them, from playing with all the builds, this is my perfect build. Absolutely my perfect build. Let's go test it out to see if it passes the QC of the computer player. What up, NHL? Anybody that's in here right now, sorry, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just going through. I'm just talking. The shit gets winded and tiring. Whatever. But I figure it's a video people can watch and just mimic their own and go through before I release a video on YouTube official. What just happened? Did my thing freeze? I don't know what just happened. I don't like anything that makes rebounds closer to me or makes rebounds a thing. All right, perfect movement. Like you saw me, like right there, you saw me, little movement, puck's away from me on a rebound, puck's not in front of me. Hard forehand. Did that by himself. I didn't do that. Rebound bouncing in the wind, perfectly away. We're going to try to set up some he didn't keep going backhand. We're going to try to set up some backhands. See if I get animations with it. No 5-hole. The puck is bounced the opposite way, not for him to put it through. No 5-hole. He drops down by himself. No 5-hole. The computer's trying. You got to give the computer credit. He's trying to 5-hole me. Not going to work. Not working. Nope. No far side. Didn't even have to move that much, and he saved it far side. No 5-hole. There we go. 5-hole when I was moving towards the guy. Like I had to embellish that in order for it to go 5-hole. Go in the opposite direction. I need you to understand why I put contortionist on. And why I also make my glove 95. Right? I am going right. This is reversed, right? So if you go back this way, I am going to be moving right. Like you're going to see me. You're going to see me start moving right. Right there. And he reaches back. Reaches back into the net. Split. On an animation that looks like a desperation save animation. Me going in the wrong direction to save the puck. It doesn't go in the net for that stupid animation. It keeps it outside. He doesn't finish it. Right? He doesn't finish that stupid loop that he normally does. It just comes forward. I got to try to get him to go backhand, though. Not that backhand. Go cut across the net backhand. Why you keep coming down this way? Catches the puck on a bounce. Catches it. Doesn't even trap it. He catches it on a bounce. Saved it when it looked like he was out of position. Go backhand. There you go. Covered backhand without desperation save. Now I'm going to make it even harder next time. Saved it without it going in the net, even though he was angular towards the shot. Go backhand. Oh, there we go. So he still scored backhand. But that's because I moved all the way up to make him go backhand, because he wasn't going to go backhand unless I made him go backhand. So I moved up. You see where I started? And in order for him to get out of this stupid stance and not go short side, I had to move up to make him go backhand. All right. Now I'm just overplaying short side so that he makes a decision to go backhand. I've done this enough that I control these guys on how I want them to go. So he's going there. I'm staying. He fakes it, which is great. I want him to fake it because I want to do it late. So he fakes it. And because I'm so far out, I'm not moving. You didn't see me hesitate. You didn't see me move because I'm in perfect position and I'm not worried about you shooting against me because good luck, right? Because my foot is by the post, so blocker side at 91 is going to cover it. But if you try to shoot far side, my glove is at 95. So, all right, so make him, now he's going to go backhand. All right, he started before I did. Didn't move until late. Now, I moved late. Now, I'm going to go late. All right, now, because I'm so far out here, he was able to get me on the backhand because I'm deliberately doing it. But that's not the reason I did it. The reason I did it was to see if I got this animation. I want that desperation save animation because that desperation save animation is great with the butterfly because he's so fantastic at it. But I want to make sure that this build gets that animation too. So he got it. So without me forcing him to absolutely go backhand, I'll be able to cover. Forehand. Got 5-hole, but it's not happening 30,000 times. There we go. Covers it by himself. The problem is right now, dialed in is activated, so any saves that he makes is not good. Is not a good justification. Yeah, 6-4 was just me manipulating 5-hole. I needed that extra point in order to then add the thing. I'm sorry, I'm just following the chat now. But all right, where's the puck? He's going to cover it. I don't know where the puck is, but he's going to cover it. Those are the things that are important to me. The rebound kicked out far away. It doesn't just sit there. Desperation save short side to the far side because I played it late. Like, there are just different avenues that are just great. Like, it's just too much great things for me not to. Like, this is my perfect build. Like, I had a feeling this was going to be it, but it's like, you got to give everything a chance. Now I knew it wasn't going to be hybrid. And Butterfly comes close, but I know in-game action, Butterfly suffers from the screens. It suffers from the ability to see the puck. All right. This is it. You see what the build is. You've seen me try this, do all of them, go through all of them. I'm tired of talking right now. So what we're going to do, though, is I'm going to check to see if I still have the game. If I don't have the game, then I'll just go find regular guys to play with so you can see it in action because I don't know what it's going to be like. It might be trash with players. I've done that a lot of times where I put together a build that's really good and then it goes into games and you see its deficiencies. But if I'm putting together a build based on everything I've learned in the last month with contortionist, with speed, with weight, if I'm putting it together and I'm putting all of it together in a pie, that's what we baked up right now. All right, so let me go through the chat. I'm going to go through the chat and see what you guys were saying because I wasn't paying attention to any of it. If you want to ask a question or suggestion, go ahead. Let's see. Marco was making fun of Bacon. Rabbit was here for the first time. I don't know where Rabbit's been. Superman with the 84 rebound. Appreciate that. NHL, I appreciate you, bud. Anthony. Anthony, I didn't make my guy 6'5" because 6'4" gave me that 1 point I needed for 5-hole. 5-hole in order to get the X-ray. Six four still a good stance for everything else, meaning what, Bacon? EA hates goalies because there are way more consumers that play skater than there are consumers that play goalie. So if you got to cater to somebody, you're going to cater to them a higher percentage of your consumers. Crunchy, what's up, buddy? Where you been? You got locked up or something? Let me check to see if I do have a game. If not, we just go play. Yeah. So I'm in today at 10:35. Yeah. So I play at 10:35. So you're going to see something that I never do. You're going to see something that I absolutely never do. I never take a build into a league game that I've never tried out at least 7 times before. So you're about to see me take a build that we built here into a league game that I have never tried out before. Yeah, it all feels the same. There's no if you go do a 6-2 build and you put all the same stuff on at certain weights, 6-2 will feel exactly the same as 6-5 does. The one area that I don't understand is like when you get to like 180, 188, 187, sometimes the builds feels clunkier at that weight. I don't know why. The builds feel clunkier at like 180, 187 between there. For some reason, I don't know why. So you don't see me messing with that too much because they feel clunky even though it's less. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't try to question stuff. I just go with what works, you know? Yeah, no, for me, it's the same thing. For me, it's the same thing. Only thing is, it's like 6-3. 6-3 to me is, it takes a lot of getting used to. And I want to use it because I just find the like the upper 90 save upper 90 soccer upper 90 save animations are just better for 6-3. I want to be able to use it, but a lot of little movements, like when I'm in butterfly, those movements are not the same for 6-3 and 6-4 and 6-5. So those things throw me off a lot. So it's something I have to dedicate more time to, and I've been doing it just in little games here when I'm on late night Friday nights or something like that. That kind of stuff. Yeah, 6-4 and 6-5, there is no difference. I could promise you 6-4 and 6-5, there is no difference. You know what? You know what there is a difference in 6-4 and 6-5? At 6-4, there is a less amount of times that you get tied up in the net. On the corners, you know when you stick your leg in the net? When you subtract weight, you do that less and less. I mean not weight, height. When you subtract height, you get stuck in the net less and less. Yeah, 6-2 is often 6-2 is a very hard to use. But to tell you the truth, the contortionist aspect of understanding how this game went came from watching a bunch of PS5 guys and playing against a bunch of PS5 guys that were 6-2 and they were using contortionist as their main trait. And I'm like, that's stupid. And then play against them and it's a close game and you're like, yo, what the hell is going on? And then after you've seen it like 3 or 4 and 5 times, you're like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. And it was all PS5 guys. It wasn't Xbox guys. It was PS5 guys. And I'm like, I don't understand. So then I started throwing Contortionist on there a little bit. And I'm like, wait, did I just go in the wrong direction and still made the save? Okay. Okay. And then I started using it and I'm like, yo, that there is something to it. And if you look at old EA description of Contortionist, old EA description doesn't signify that you have to be. Oh, hold on. Let me show you. Yeah, I could go in here. I just have to take it off. Okay, so Contortionist says advanced save range, recovery, and save ability while in split V with or against momentum. Right? It doesn't say that in older games. It's not that distinctive in older games. Let me see if I can Google it, actually. Let me see if I could Google the actual description that they give you in older games for Contortionist. Maybe one of you guys can find it quicker, but I don't remember it having that distinctive of a description where it's that you can't use it or it only uses for split V, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Oh, see, I gotta go to this party now.
Who's home?
They are.
What is that, 10?
Yeah, all it says is it increases your goalie's save range, recovery, and ability against momentum. It doesn't say in split V on the older ones.
And East is good.
And like all the descriptions that EA gave to the experts that write on this game, most of those articles said the same thing.
Penn State sucks. Penn State sucks. PENNST sucks.
Wait, is this guy? Yeah, he is.
And then they would always do better. Dude, East
At least
Side
our
is
head coach
superior.
wasn't a child molester. What the fuck was I going to
For all of you just joining
I
us
like
here in the world of
Pittsburgh more
Chell,
than
it's Carlin Bates
Philly,
saying
but-
welcome to the fray.
You're out of
There
your
are
mind.
a ton of great games going on, and you can get in on the
What am I out of
action,
my
so
mind
gear
about?
up and get out there.
East Coast sucking more than West Coast. Besides Pittsburgh, dude, there's nothing. You're too close to.
I almost
fucking
never go into
Ohio.
games
There's
with a new
nothing in
build
Pennsylvania.
because there are little
It's like
nuances
an hour from the beach.
that
Like,
take a couple games to get used to.
I don't care.
There are little nuances that usually takes a little getting used to in games, so I never go into it. But if we're gonna consider this my perfect build, I shouldn't need those, right?
okay.
I shouldn't need those. Plus, I'm also not very good at first games. So we have everything. I mean, everything going against me right now. So I usually don't go into games with new builds, and I'm not very good at first games.
What number?
I mean, I've been messing around with you guys here, but I haven't played a game.
That's 12.
Came home late, so I haven't touched the sticks. So we have everything going against me. So all this build has to do is perform a little bit well,
Such a long.
and I'll be a believer because
Yeah.
I usually get better as the games go on. So if it does well in the start anyway, that means it's just gonna get
I
better.
don't know. Like a lot of them were coming at us with speed. I don't know if it's like it's just like a spacing thing or what. It's hard for me to tell. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about.
So we need to amp up forecheck because
Mhm.
they're coming at you with speed.
That means that we would
Like-
not amp up the forecheck, would it not?
Isn't
So
that?
we can hold
Yeah, that seems like reversed. Which one do you mean?
They're bouncing out. They were bouncing out of the zone and skating at us 4 deep. It's not even a criticism. It's just it's not the forecheck I'm accustomed to seeing.
You know what?
That's all.
They're not searching yet. I could probably show you that.
So, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'll go up and forecheck like really hard, and then sometimes I'll stay back because I don't want you guys to get beat on defense.
Well,
So
I mean,
this is the
it's
stand-up build I've been using.
You know?
It's just like situational.
This is a stand-up build I've been
Like,
using.
If you got two guys up behind the net,
It's not even close.
But
It's
you know,
somewhat
let
close.
them out.
Not really.
I don't know.
This is a stand-up build that I've liked and I've been using. It's been very effective.
Wise words
So-
from the Queefster.
There you go.
Something ain't in rhythm.
And this is what I'm going to be using now.
Should I chirp virus? Need better than 500?
Yo, SVG.
What?
They say they're ready. You get searching? You want me
No.
to?
Oh shit. I guess we should be.
Yeah, virus. Virus was a little rough that game. I won't lie. Some of them
Okay.
were bullshit though.
My builds have always been weird, bud.
A little more on
They have
some,
always been weird.
and just, there's only so much you can do. He was trying to do too much.
I mean, goalie is like his last position. So-
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
I was gonna ask SVG, like, Caramon, do you know, is he like only available second games?
Correct. He plays LG. I believe it's LG gave him.
Old. Fucking chatterbox though.
5'10", 160, 5'8", 169.
Tried to pick up another attendee tonight. Could not
Not
find it.
big,
All
dude.
positions are
Use
locked
your
now,
body.
so.
What do we get back from future considerations?
All right.
Oh,
We got to figure out deficiencies together. We got to figure out what works and what does not work.
Dude,
You get to see it all.
like, take
I'm like picking
people
up
off
people
my
I don't
hands.
know, and they're just gonna like. It's just not how I operate.
Oh no, I'm out
Oh,
of
boys.
It's
Let's go.
investing.
Have a better game. Nothing short of the dome.
both inside and outside the arena tonight as we are just moments
time up.
away now from puck drop.
I did that
The
to me
Lions
last
take
game. I still
possession
get
here
it.
on the opening drive. We are underway. And now he angles it across to Days. Grabs it in his own end. And now he moves it quickly to Jones. Pass broken up. Laying the body. He's got a step.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, there you go. Well, we scored.
One of the game's better
Duty
shooters.
pass.
Did not leave him alone.
I don't really ever put on a headset.
The Ice Badgers have
I-
set the tone for this one.
And it's not like it's a me thing. It's not them, it's me. Like I want to tell them what I see and what I do.
Yeah, so
It's annoying when they don't listen and we're being bad and it gets frustrating and then it makes me play bad in net because I'm frustrated by their offense, and that shouldn't be a concern of mine. So I'll just talk in the back end.
Get into space to shoot it, but now you got to chase because you've turned it over.
Ooh.
Quickly over to Jones. And he makes the easy
Oh,
save.
fuck.
Denies him again.
Stop one, stop two. The goalie makes a couple
Nice.
excellent saves.
All right, so we're seeing exactly what we saw when we were playing the computer. Rebounds going that way. The glove side, I slow play the glove side, so let it do its thing.
Nothing game to this point. Nice job tying up his opponent. And that goes off the glove and it stays out.
Just go
Wisconsin's
past
on the
you.
attack.
Ah.
Oh, that's a rattler. Did you hear
Pass it
those
down.
goals?
I don't even know what I could have done right there. I guess
Yeah,
pass
they're
it
going to
back.
try and set the tone of this game by using the body.
Oh,
There's a
no.
Good solid
The chat
hit
go up for
early
me. I'm
in
out of
the game.
stamina.
Oh,
Oh, no.
picking up ahead of steam.
Didn't
On
see
the
that guy get
breakaway.
that. Oh, big save.
Hey, Brandy.
He's so quick when he comes out to mirror the shooter. His
Oh, no, I couldn't
reflexes
have
are
hit.
waiting, and
Really
he
kind
outweighs
of
the
sucks.
shooter here, and then makes the save.
All right, now it's
Hell,
about
quit
perfect.
jumping on it.
Right now, it's working exactly like I think it should work.
One zip.
I take it your flight was uneventful.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton's won the draw. And now he tries to get it across to Jones. Takes it to the front. Big save by the
No 5-hole right there, and I challenged the guy. I challenged the guy straight up, and I didn't get 5-hole, and he had close quarters.
The sheets.
Those are the little things that matter to me.
95 speed. I'm going fucking speed of a fucking old ass fucking 7-year-old.
Send it.
Good solid hit on that play.
We didn't have it.
Now he slides it up to Adkins. They've got a 3-on-1.
Hurry up.
The Ice Badgers played along the wing.
Different. He's on a work
Puck
call.
leaves the zone on the
Fucking
bad
screw
pass,
that.
and they'll be forced to regroup.
Oh, shit.
And now it's grabbed by Malkin. On the attack into the offensive end, right up the gut. Tried to get too cute with it and loses possession.
Oh, you fucked up
Play
your
is blown
3-on-1.
dead with the offside.
Well, that's the thing. It's
Midway mark of this period.
but it's also knowing how to warm up with the computer. It's also knowing how to see certain things that the computer does.
The puck is dropped. Moves it to the middle. Shot. Takes control of the puck.
I don't
Down.
know.
Perfectly.
I think he did.
Oh, and that's poked away in the offensive zone by Days. Can't make the connection on the pass.
Okay.
They're all over the puck. They haven't given those guys a chance to breathe on this shit.
Straight up the middle. Here they come. Feeds it across.
Oh,
Couldn't make the connection on the play. Good heads-up defensive play as he extends the stick.
Oh, that poke behind you.
Moves it to Jordan.
They changed direction. Guy held it, went short side rather than far side. All important. Glove side, momentum going the wrong way. Glove side still catching it the opposite way. You are seeing everything we talked about putting this build together. Every single thing this man is showing you. Now, we might lose this game because there's too much pressure, and you can see the difference. The difference is me playing in net right now. It's not the team. So we might lose this game.
Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. Wisconsin's got it behind the net. Quick pass to Adkins. It's a 3-on-1. Oh, he'd like to have that one back as it goes off the
There's
side.
got to be a way to cancel that.
And that pass goes off a stick. Poked away at center by Doc. From his own end, he picks up the puck.
Oh.
Wisconsin's got it
Yeah.
in their own zone.
I have no momentum to get past that guy.
Looking to break out of their own end. And that pass doesn't go. Here's a chance.
No 5-hole.
And he
No 5-hole.
great scoring.
Those are the little things that's important. And people don't,
Stopped by the goal.
it's like people try to put on stats just to get to a certain area because they think numbers matter like that. They don't matter like that. Like, this guy has 86,
He did
stick
some
low, glove low, 86, all of that.
this afternoon.
Do you see a difference right now?
Off the draw, and he ties up his opponent. Here's a shot.
Oh, right there's fucking 5-hole out the other side.
Slides across in the butterfly to make the save, but you still have to be agile even though you're covering the bottom of the net.
.3.
Favorite goalie is Mike Richter. Like, you mean currently or ever? My favorite goalie ever is Mike Richter.
That concludes period number 1. I cannot believe they got one of the all-time great 90s hip-hop acts getting set to play for the fans here in this intermission. I can't wait for this. We'll come
And
back
here's the beauty of it, right? The beauty of it, yeah, they're playing better than us. We got the goal. They're playing better than us. I'm facing the shots. I have dialed in on. So if we're still close and we get to the third, I'm already at 11 shots. Then dialed in comes in, and we can have some fun. I do. I play on a projector. If you're new here, Matt, I play on a projector, and I'm in a recliner. And the camera is higher than I am. So the camera is pointing down at me. I'm sitting back in the recliner, and I'm watching 100-foot wall.
Roxbury Scranton's possession numbers tell me they should be in a better spot than they are right now. That was a terrific first period. Yet they trail in the game. They'll just look to build on that opening 20 minutes.
There's the whistle as the play was offside.
Yeah, right?
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period.
You don't suck. You're projecting.
Puck is dropped and play resumes. Quick feed to Jordan. The Ice Badgers gain possession along the wall. He looks deep to Jordan.
Oh! All right. So
Fucking glitch goals.
let me tell you what happened there. For that shot, it wasn't 5-hole. It's like when I get off the post, I try to move forward. He caught me getting off the post. When they can catch you getting off the post, and because you're in between animation, it doesn't matter what they do. It's this game, you can't be in between animations. And he caught me getting off the post because I saw him late. I saw him in the front late. If I saw him earlier, I would have gotten off the post and just hugged it a little bit. But I was on the post because every time someone goes behind the net, I hug the post. That's just a reflex of mine. Every time someone goes behind the net, I hug the post. So, because I looked up and saw him too late, I would have let go of the post.
Look at this. It's a 2-on-1.
Ah!
I thought I was gonna have the poke, and then I got smoked.
He doesn't miss very often from in here. You get tight to the net.
Yeah, right now it's just they're getting. As soon as I let up that goal, that stuff was gonna come. This momentum, but hopefully we can still be close. Hopefully we can get one. But we're not playing well. They're better than us. So can't let up any more goals.
The Lions win it. Poked away in the neutral zone by Hart.
Jones scoops up that pass. He's dangerous in this zone. He's already got the go-ahead marker.
Wisconsin's got the puck in their own end. Taken by Hart. Wisconsin's got the puck against the boards. Wilkes-Barre Scranton's got a hold of it against the wall. Wisconsin's gained possession. Oh, look at this. Here they
You got to call that out if you're going to do that.
From the left side into the middle of the neutral zone. Slides it diagonally to Malkin. Levels him with the hit.
All right, that second goal, now that I'm thinking about it, that second goal was my fault.
Couldn't connect on the play.
For the simple fact that I normally play those corners really high and I didn't play. I was way back. I don't know what happened.
I get in there for tips.
I don't know what happened on that
It's
one.
just too fast.
I don't know what happened on that corner one. I usually pop out because you don't have room to go around me on either one of those. But I stayed back in the net for some reason, so that was just poor play. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I did it.
They take possession as he locks him up off the faceoff. Taken along the wall by Malkin. Wisconsin's through center and now in the offensive end.
Oh,
Glove save made by Estevez.
That's tough.
Past the
It's a
midway
game,
mark in
though.
this
These
period.
guys are good.
yeah. That's hard, but usually when they come on, when they're coming out of either corner, I go up here because it's harder to cut across and play short side if you play out there. So I usually do that, but I didn't. I didn't do it. It's a product of first game. It was just poor movement and poor decision by me. As I thought about it after the fact, I was like, why did I sit back there? Why did I sit back so far? So
And that was read perfectly. What a play by Travis. Can't make it work. The goaltender comes up on
Hey.
a piece of it to keep it out of the net.
Love to see it.
Scoops up the puck behind the net. From the place 99 made famous. Quick pass across to Adkins. On the backhand in front. Stopped by the goaltender. King's on top of the puck, and that'll stop the play.
Pretty conservative play here, James, as he covers it up to kill the play.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton's won the faceoff. Hammers a shot, and that one's turned
see,
away.
that puck is in between my 5-hole, and normally on like a hybrid build or something, it'll trickle back towards the front of the net.
So you stopped
The-
me? I was
the-
trying to fuck that guy.
The stand-up just keeps it there and then eventually covers it himself. I don't have to do anything.
Problem, man.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton's got it, and they're on the attack.
On top of that
Along
puck.
the half wall with the puck. Gets it out of his own end. Passes over to Jordan.
Boom! Man, he's been on it all game from the very first shift. Finish a check. Move on to the next one. Finish another.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you. I needed that one.
A little screens don't
To
work.
get this game back to level.
Yeah, it's fixed. It's fixed, camera.
Trail in the game.
Great
They
out
did
pass.
that. And now they
Nice
have a
sweet
brand
pass.
new game to play. That screen's really well timed. You're
Takes-
not just
takes me
setting
shots
up
down
shot,
up
there,
but
great
getting into
shot.
the goalie's eyes at the right time. Puck goes through you. Goalie can't find it. It's in the net.
But the point of this is, you're seeing me stop 1T guys, snipers with 1Ts, and I don't have any perks on that would say otherwise. You see me cover code post to post without any attributes that says otherwise. I think those things are just like, they're too,
Nice.
they're too specific, right? For moments that don't happen that often.
And play continues here. And it's a quick pass to Days. Oh, and he just got it.
See where those rebounds go? They don't sit around and wait for the guy right there in front of the net. They don't do any of that. They get kicked away far from the net. In this game, rebound control means, hey, the puck goes where you can cover it quickly. That shit never happens.
Energy in this crowd. It's a tie game. Jordan's won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone.
Now you got a chance to make something against a tired team.
Moves it to Adkins. And now he moves it to Malkin. And that play's broken up. Takes the pass as he banks it off the wall.
Fucking pores,
Great
dude.
idea, but
Don't say
couldn't
it.
make that play with the pass.
The absolute fuck. Chad, if he wins it back, just clap it straight up. Fuck, never mind, there's no time, you know?
There's
All right,
the
so
bringing period number
we're
two
getting outplayed.
goes. Hey, listen,
But
we've got lots more
the
to
build
say
itself,
on the podcast, so don't
like this shot, I was so far back. I don't know why. I think it's because maybe I was watching or reading the chat, and by the time I looked up, the guy was already on a blazing past the guy because I didn't move up at all, and it's unlike me. It's very uncommon. I was trying to figure out why nothing worked like it normally does, but it's because I hadn't moved. Like he has it there, and I'm back here. And why did I back up? Like I never do that ever. I have no. This guy's so far away. I don't even play. There's no reason for me to back up. He is so far away. I don't know. That's just a mental mistake right there.
What do you see in
don't
terms
see
of
anything in red
breakout?
right now. My wife just walked in and started fucking yelling at me, and it fucking pissed me off.
Goalie stance changes the appearance, but it also changes your movement. Because I know, based on my stance, where my foot is going to end up at the top of the crease. So because of that, I can time everything else after it on it. Oh! I was slightly late. I was slightly late on it. I was slightly late moving on it because I didn't think he was going to shoot. I thought he was going to pass again. So I slow played the wrong side. I slow played the wrong side. That's a glove side move. That's not a blocker move. I slow played the wrong side. Okay.
Centers are set, face off, ready to resume play. That's one way to take possession.
But again, all this is my play style specific. This isn't the way you should do it or XXX. You should learn to build and play what works for you. But I normally don't slow play that side. But like I said, it's a product of first games. First games, I suck. So, because movements aren't down, I'm not looking at the right things yet. My thumbs are a little slow. So, product of first games. You see me make mistakes I don't normally make.
Third one, no close.
Oh, get out of here. He didn't shoot. This guy's just getting rewarded. He didn't shoot. I bumped him. I was attempting to play further out because I know he's a sniper, and I bumped him. He lost the puck. I bumped him, and he lost the puck, and he went in the net. Damn it. That was a big one. That was a big one.
Start hanging higher.
I don't. This wasn't a let me build you a perfect build. This was a build myself a perfect build. So you can watch the video, go through the same thought process I went through, but for yourself. This was build me a perfect build. But based on this, but you should use most of the same zone abilities that I use. I would suggest that, yeah. But in terms of movement, in terms of what you decide, like you decide how you play. I know I slow play certain things. I know I move a certain way. You should decide how you do it for yourself. Which is why I did this live video in the first place. It's like I can't really, unless I'm coaching you, unless I'm going through it with you, I can't help you build based on how you play. I can't.
Puck moved over to Jones. Moves it to Jordan.
Come on.
Perfectly and breaks
Let's
up
get a
the-
goal here. I don't deserve to win this, but I want to win it.
Oh, and that's poked
My
away in the
God,
offensive
dude, it
zone by
fucking
Hart.
pokes it straight
Picked up
back
along
to
the
him,
boards
bro.
by
Like, get
Gaze.
out of here.
Ah. All right, so I was hoping somebody paused it. Look, on this play, this is why playing net is difficult. On this play, there's two guys here. This guy and this guy. I have to assume he's going to get it, right? So if he gets it, I'm playing here with a little bit of space at the post, because if he cuts across, I still want to be able to play him. What happens is he catches it basically where the other guy is, and he shoots it off the post. So he ended up exactly where his partner was, and I could have played both of them. I could have played both of them with one move, but I was assuming he was going to get it in the position he was in. And that's why playing goalie is difficult. When you are put in 1 and 3, 3 and 0s, whatever, you have to make a decision. And sometimes the decision you make
Great save.
is wrong.
9 goals and counting so far. It's 5-4. Read that perfectly with the poke check. Now a quick pass to Jones. He got rocked again.
He's got to get his head up here. They're going to be carting him off the ice.
Oh, what a stop as he gets a piece of it with
Ah.
his toe.
This is the most fun time of a hockey game. When every play is so important, the game is tight, everything is on the line, and your decision.
Oh, all right.
Execution is what
Bringing LeBron out there.
The Lions gain possession of the puck here in the offensive end. Passes on over to Malkin. Takes it into the slot, and he was ready for that one. Estevez elects for the breather and goes for the whistle.
Boost packs were the best. I'm surprised they didn't keep it because you made money off of things like this, off of this version of the game. They made money off of boost packs, so I'm surprised it's one thing EA made money off of that they didn't keep.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
There was some spice on that.
Oh, snap, we tied it. I had no clue what the score was. We tied it. All right.
Bad great pass.
Watch him play. This is like on repeat. How many times does he get open to hammer that one-timer into the net?
Wisconsin.
Let's go.
Third period goal certainly opens up a lot of decision-making for the coaches, doesn't it?
It does, but they must feel pretty good about their position because they just scored. I suspect they've got a little bit of a leg up, even though the game is tied.
Looks for Scranton's got the puck in the defensive end. Fails to find the open man. How did he stop that one?
I like the goalie's positioning here. He was aggressive enough to make a save on a dangerous chance.
Nag.
Under a minute to go in the third. And that's picked off in the neutral zone by Doc. Hard hit on the play. Wow. did
Oh,
he
don't pass that back here.
And when he
Fuck.
dropped the stick, now he's got to collect himself. Well,
Yes. Let's go.
they really attacked the front of the net.
Great pass.
They beat the goaltender, and now they'll lose the power
Dude
play.
hung up finally or
Take the
something.
goal.
Well done.
Damn.
Coaches are always saying, "Oh, never give up."
So
on the play."
that play, that cutback play, is the reason I don't like overreactive builds. And the reason why you always see me adding or getting to another,
Seconds.
making my guy slower.
Defense.
Because those cutback plays are used so much by better teams. I got killed too much on it.
Against the wall. Chase in front. Spectacular stop by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
It's a really good save in tight. He shuts down the area
Yeah.
where the puck can go by getting
Oh,
out
it's
onto
up.
the puck, and there's nowhere for the shooter to put it.
You only get once to do that to me. He didn't even do it to me last time. I did it to myself by moving out to play him, and it hit me and went in the net. He didn't shoot the last time, so he thought he could catch the same thing. Come on, man. I remember everything most of the players do on the ice.
Back underway as
9 to 27 on face-offs. Actually crazy.
Wisconsin's got the puck along the wall.
Yeah. Offensive rag and pussies.
There you have it. That's a freaking fantastic win. That is beyond. That is what it. Listen, I know we just built this build. That was one of the best performances I've seen by a build. They are not in this game if it has it not been for this build. Does and me playing my first game, making some rookie mistakes, but that is one of the best performances.
Thank you, brother. Want to see the one that led to our tying goal?
It was my 1T.
Don't forget
Yeah.
picks.
Dude, it was so clean. It's just like
30 shots. Let's go.
they were doing the same thing every time. It was easy to read. I just hate tying them up.
I mean, you dropped 5 points each.
All right, so there you have it.
That's funny.
I'd like to play more, but like, listen, I just walked in the door, I ate something, and then I got on the game, so I can't afford any more time tonight doing that.
Shit, brothers. Well,
I'll probably get on afterwards and play, but I can't continue to stream. If you have questions, Discord me.
Like, beat Penn, so
Give the build a try, because like I said, it was made for me, but you can adjust it for yourself. But it's more of what the zone abilities cover, what they help you do, and providing that you do the least amount possible. Most of the goals that went in were just a product of me second guessing or me not doing certain things right. It had nothing to do with the build. The build saved a ton of dangerous opportunities. So, fantastic.
Let me go to that box score real quick.
All right, I gotta go. I'll catch y'all.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm not gonna stream later. You don't understand how tiring this gets. Old times I was younger. I didn't have any kids. So
Damn, I'm banned.
I'm gonna catch you guys. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow if I get on. Tomorrow is movie night, so I don't get on until very late. Or maybe I'll pop it on just so we can see a continuation of the build.
maybe it depends.
Boys and girls. See y'all.
Channel, and I'm just like, I'm so